Hi, welcome to Willowbrook Farms. Happy bees, healthy honey. Today we're continuing to go into our hives, checking Hive F and Hive D to see whether or not we need to combine them to get them big enough for the fall nectar flow of goldenrod and Japanese bamboo. So if you haven't already, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can follow along and see what we end up deciding to do here. And let's dive on in to the hive and see what's going on. My inner boards keep sticking and staying on the outer cover when I take it off. Only looking at 3 frames of active working bees. It's actually so bright that it's shining off the bottom of the frame, and I can't tell if they're new eggs or not. There's 1 egg. What is going on with this hive? One egg on this whole frame. Let's see what else is in here. They're festooning, measuring how much room they have to build. New comb. And fresh waxes. Very malleable. There are some new eggs in there.
I think I'll always find it weird how you could just do that and the bees just won't attack you.
Yeah,
So
they're not attack happy like the media makes them out to be.
everyone always says that, oh, they got stung by a bee, but most of the time they haven't been stung by a bee.
More often than not, it's a yellow jacket or a hornet.
Yep.
Or a wasp, whatever you want to call them, based on your location. Got some fresh eggs. I've got a bunch of eggs. Multiple eggs per. There's the queen. But some of them have like 5 or 6 eggs per cell.
What you running from?
Yeah, we've got a worker bee right here laying. She totally just backed her butt in there. That's the end of that one.
So what can that mean?
Probably a weak queen. I mean, that was a fat queen, a large queen. Should have been enough to suppress any laying workers. They haven't killed the queen, so there's that. And usually they'll say, you'll hear beekeepers say, oh, if you've got a laying worker hive, they'll kill any queen you put in there. But that worker bee was laying, and we just showed you the queen walking around doing her thing. I'd like to see her lay an egg. There she is, right in the middle here. Not the biggest queen, but she's not small either. It is so much fun just watching them. A lot of wasted movement going on. I'd love to see her back in and put an egg in a cell, so I know we're good. If she's not laying, that could be why the worker bees are.
Video jacking.
Yeah, they're robbing out nectar out of some of these empty hives. kind of separate interest. They're getting ready to pull out this bee that I smushed over here, the laying worker. Oh, she's not laying. She's just walking around. We'll give it a little bit. We'll check in 1 week. Maybe 3 days. We'll check in 3 days, see what they're doing. And give her a nice full frame of older brood comb that she can go over and lay on. Kind of new to me. I've never really noticed so many earwigs climbing around in my hives, but symbiotic relationships, right? Maybe they're in there after some pest. Maybe they'll eat small hive beetles or varroa mites. I don't know. This box that I'm adding on is full of completely empty combs, so I'm not really giving them more room than they can defend. Wax moths have nothing to get into up here. Small hive beetles, same thing. But if a nectar flow starts and they've got all that extra space to build, it's possible that they could just take right off. And fill that box right up and have 20 frames ready to go for winter. That's what we hope. Now this next hive, hive D, is our swarm hive. They can be a little spicy. It's my most active hive. Spicy bee. I'd love to have this smoker really going really good for this hive. this older equipment seems to be just a little bit smaller and harder to get the full 10 frames in. Almost like it doesn't respect the bee space on the very outer edge in some of them. If it was a honey super, you could just put 9 in, but you don't want to do that in the brood chamber. Moved this frame up into the next box to draw them into working both boxes, and instead they're just letting the brood hatch out. Depending on how full we are in that bottom box, we may do some more. We may pull some more up in. Full, empty, full, partial, empty. Pull this one out. Armed only with a smoker and a hive tool, the fearless beekeeper takes on the spicy hive. Oh, they like propolis in this hive.
Ooh.
To see little white eggs shining off the bottom of those black cells. Got eggs. Well, larvae over here. Haven't seen eggs yet. Big fat baby bees. Yeah, we got eggs on the bottom, on the outer edge of that brood pattern, which is where you want them. Start in the middle, work your way out. I think I'd kind of like to find the queen and move the frame with the queen on it up. really be sure they're going to use this top box. You want it rolling like a train engine. You just want the smoke just puffing right out, chugging right along. There's two bees on the bottom fighting. And the camera's close, they're camera shy, they stopped. So many bees in this small section.
That could have been really bad.
So this frame is not attached to the bottom yet and is very malleable in the heat. When I went to tip it to look at it, it just started bending. So many bees, so much weight on it.
That could have been horrible.
So much so that I kind of almost want to put a rubber band on it. But they'll just chew it off in a day or two.
How have I gotten an ant on my shoulder?
Bottom of the frame. Biggest queen I've ever seen. And she's got to play peekaboo back and forth. Middle of the frame. So we are going to move her to the top box. There she is. Careful not to roll her. And she's in. One, two, three, four, five, six full frames of bees. Well, some of those are half frames. We'll say 5 frames of bees in this hive. Sorry, girls. And then there's a little bit of funny comb going over here. Yeah, they're building it too far off the edge. There's no eggs in it. So we're gonna try something. It was built out on the edge on the other side. We just scraped it off and pushed it onto this center bar, the guide bar. Slightly at an angle, but
Yeah, I took a couple steps back, so if it falls, I won't get stung. Could have gone very poorly.
all right. Now to bring the queen back to her hive. She's not on the inner cover. Not on the top. This hive probably one of my top 2 strongest hives right now. I've got 2 that are doing really well, including this one. So hopefully, when the nectar flow really gets going, hopefully they'll fill up both of these boxes. My goal this year is to get two full 10 frame boxes or 3 full 8 frame boxes per hive, and to have a box of honey on top of that sure would be nice. But follow along, let's see if we get there. Willowbrook Farms, happy bees, healthy honey. God bless.